Welcome, sports fans, to the latest S&M production of the Sunday Night Sports Nerd Show. It is the most absurd 90 minutes of anything goes, smack talk, and a whole lot more. Every Sunday night, the sports nerd joins forces with three charismatic co-hosts who are a select group of sports nerds with attitude that are known in Nerd Nation as the Rampant. We are four of the most loudmouth, smack-talking nerds around, coming at you with some sick rips and rants, which may be just enough to make you pee your pants. So listen up, Nerd Nation. Let's rise and welcome the legend himself. He is the founder, he is the host, and he is the star of the Sports Nerd Show. Coming to you live, straight out of Lakeland, Florida, Scott, the Sports Nerd Right.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Sports Nerds, another episode live and on Facebook and Vim and Twitter and all that stuff. So and
Spotify for your podcast purposes.
Characters with us, Mr. Elliot Big E Lamba, Mr. John G. Olson,
and the silent one.
Ken
the silent one.
The silent one. We're trying to figure out his audio, but he's here. And of course, me, the sports nerd.
We'll just have him smile and nod all night. How's that?
Exactly. That's pretty much all we can do for him. Yes. I do want to start the show on a down note because
I knew you were going to do that.
Because today was a pretty sad day. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, see, he started with the obituary shit.
First and foremost, for the sports world, Mr. Bill Russell passed away today, 88 years old. NBA legend, played 13 or 14 years in the NBA, 11 championships with the Boston Celtics. Groundbreaker.
Played for the University of San Francisco.
Yep.
Helped them win back-to-back national championships, along with a 55-game winning streak.
Yes, and he was an icon in the civil rights movement as well, along with Jim Brown and others back in the 60s and the 70s.
He was the best considered the best player in the NBA up until someone by the name of Michael Jordan showed up on the scene.
Yes. So rest in peace, Bill Russell. Thank you for everything that you did. Second of all, for our nerd people out there,
Uharu.
Nichelle Nichols that passed away today as well. An icon in the Star Trek world. Played Lieutenant Uhura on the original series. And a good story. The story about her. There's a story out there that goes along with her role. After the first season of Star Trek, she wanted to leave the series, but because she was frustrated with what she perceived to be a constantly diminished role. But a chance encounter with Martin Luther King Jr. changed her mind. He told her, you cannot quit the show. For the first time on television, we will be seen as we should be seen every day, as intelligent, quality, beautiful people who can sing, dance, and can go to space, who are professors, lawyers. If you leave, that door can be closed because your role is not a black role and it is not a female role. He can fill it with anybody, meaning Gene Roddenberry, even an alien. She was truly the first African-American woman to be a lead in a series that was not technically created for a black female actor. It could have been filled by anybody. And if you recall, Elliot, she was also the very first person to be involved in a mixed racial kiss on television because she kissed William Shatner.
That's because he was a dog.
Yeah, well, he was, but still.
I mean, come on. He fucked green bitches.
Yeah. So, Nichelle Nichols was 89 years old. She was an icon in the industry, and she would miss as well. So I'm sorry to bring up sad news. I apologize for that, but I wanted to get it out of the way at the beginning of the show so that we can laugh the rest of the show. Okay, how's that?
And you know what? I got much respect for what they did. I got Nothing but heartfelt condolences to their families.
Right.
But I must say this, and I might get some pushback or whatever, but I get into these back and forths with people that make it seem like it's a total shock that these people are dying. Okay. A shock is somebody dying when they're young instantly out of nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
20s, 30s, 40s.
When
Right.
you're 88, 89, 90, 100,
Yeah.
whatever, you're expected to die around those years.
Yeah. Jackie
You know what I'm
Robinson's life
saying?
is still kicking at 100 years old.
Yeah. George Burns, 100 years old. There was a woman the other day, 115 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen as often as people dying at younger ages.
Right.
That people get to those plateaus. And God bless them for making it that long and for entertaining us all the way through.
Well, you look at.
But it's not a shock. It's not something that you don't expect to happen. I mean, it startles you for a second, but some people want to make it seem, oh my God, I can't believe it.
Yeah, like Kobe Bryant passing away.
That is a freaking shocker.
Yeah.
That is
right.
You know
like
what I'm saying?
88 and 89. That's a pretty good run.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. No, I agree.
And I understand because there's definitely social implications to the entertainment and the sports communities, what it did for society as a whole.
Right.
Absolutely. You know, it's just I agree with Elliot. It's just like it's like my grandfather passed away like 5-6 years ago, right? He was 101. Like it was sad. It's like, yeah, my grandpa died, but it's like,
yeah, full life. You know,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. What were you?
What else are you going to accomplish at 101?
Yeah, I had a grandmother pass away at 97, so I mean, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, my grandmother died in 95. It's like,
yeah,
you know, they passed away 88, 89, right, respectively.
Yes.
Pretty good run.
My mom's 88.
Yeah, my mother's 78.
And I'm shocked that with my mom and her laundry list of medical issues, that she's made it to 88. But if I get that call,
78,
huh?
Your mom is 78.
My mother will be 78 in November.
She had you young.
She was 22.
Oh, because my mom's 75.
Yeah, my mother was 22 when she had me. I mean, she was born in 44. Actually, she was 21 because she didn't turn 22 until that following November, after I was born. But yeah, she was 21 when she had me.
But as I was saying, with her medical history, and I think the things that my mom had in her favor, she didn't smoke, she didn't drink, she never drove in traffic, so she didn't have road rage.
My mother smoked for most of her life, but she's been vaping almost as long as I have now too. But she's managed to make it.
Here's the thing. I'm expecting that call any day.
Oh, you and me both, Elliot. I mean,
it's not like it's going to be a shock to me.
And my mother and I are very close. Have been because of the fact that she went through a divorce with my father, and for a while it was just her and I, and we grew so close during that time because it was just the two of us. My mother has been my rock my entire life. She's bailed me out. She's been there for moral support and the whole 9 yards.
What good mom isn't?
Exactly, but you know
what I'm saying.
So the day that she goes will be the worst day of my life. But
my dad died at 68, but my dad had some issues. You know, he was the anti-mom. He was the antithesis of my mother.
Yeah, and my dad was 63 when he passed away.
Elliot.
Yeah,
he wouldn't take care of himself. He didn't follow up on the doctor's things.
Right.
He had throat cancer, and then once it was cured, he started smoking again.
Yeah.
Well,
my dad was 63 and had heart problems.
My dad had a quadruple bypass.
Yeah, my dad had heart problems.
Still drank. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And still ate unhealthy foods and smoked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I said, he was the total opposite, polar opposite of my mom. And that's why he died at 68 and my mom is still kicking it at 88.
Yep.
But my dad's death wasn't, even at 68, my dad's death wasn't a shock. because I saw that his decline was going to come swift and fast.
Hey, Ken, good to see you.
Hi.
Because of the lack of the way he took care of himself.
Yeah. Sorry
But-
about that, Ken. We're going to get you figured out, and we don't take no for an answer. We'll get you figured out, Ken. Don't worry.
But yeah, I think I think the public in general and people in general should take a chill pill when people that are in their 80s and above pass away.
And it's not so much of a sadness as it is a reflection of what they accomplished in their life, especially the ones that go.
Oh no, that's fine. But you know what? Bill Russell did his thing way back in the day. I was too little to even know about it or realize it. And for years, I mean, how many times did I actually see Bill Russell? Not a lot of times.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was doing other things. Same thing.
He played
Same
against Will
thing with
Chamberlain. That's how
Nichelle
old he
Nichols.
was.
Same
Yeah.
thing with Nichelle Nichols. After Star Trek, what did she do that?
Well, she did a lot of stuff. She did the movies up until.
Right, but it was not anything that impacted my life or was a
Right.
part of my life for a
Right.
consistent amount of time. And sometimes when they say, "Oh, this person died," God damn, I didn't even know they were still alive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not.
Well, I mean, who's left now? I mean, George
Takei,
William Shatner,
and
Chekhov.
Chekhov. Those are the only three.
Walter
left in the original
Koenig.
series. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Spock died a couple of years ago.
Yes. Spock died a few years ago.
And that's fine. And someday Mark, what's his name, is going to die. So is Harrison Ford, and that's going to be the Star Wars saga of it all.
Dun-dun-dun. Late breaking news.
Go ahead.
You excited? Who wants it?
Go ahead.
Bring it.
Your boy Deebo just re-upped with the 49ers. So,
Did he really?
yeah,
Good
Rob
job.
just tweeted it. So
Good job.
3 years, $73.5 million
Almost 25 million a year.
with a 58.1 guaranteed.
Oh, he banked.
No shit.
He banked. Just like DK Metcalf did the other day.
Yes, he did. DK, congratulations on that $72 million contract.
Congratulations for locking yourself in to play with
Drew Lock
Drew
for the next 3
yeah,
years.
yeah. Yeah, good luck. Good luck to you, man.
Yeah, have fun, DK.
Yeah, it's exciting.
That's why he's doing commercials now.
Yeah, that's good, man. I'm glad. But they're saying that the Jimmy G saga is done, not even begun, right? Like he's out. Like they're basically.
They
trying
don't
to
even
move
allow
him.
him.
Seattle.
They don't even allow him to come to practice.
San Francisco has told him he can look for.
He can go seek a trade.
partners.
Yeah. And somebody, I think it was Clarkey, that we were going back and forth the other day. He was talking. He put Seattle in question marks, and I said, I doubt within the division San Francisco is going to do that unless Seattle offers them something that they can't turn down. But I told him, Cleveland only has 5 quarterbacks. They probably need another 5. So maybe he can throw that.
Well, and news came out today that a decision is probably going to be handed down tomorrow. So we'll hear tomorrow what the independent.
Well, I don't know if you saw the meme, but the one that said, if you would have let her handle this, it would have been resolved in 30 minutes. Judge Judy.
Yes, I hear you.
The funniest meme right now online. Have you guys seen it? It's the little husky. Have you seen that one?
No, what is it?
I'm gonna share my screen. It's the funniest thing. I can't get enough of it. It's literally
The husky with the gorgeous blue eyes on him.
No, right here. Look at this. You see this? Yeah. Watch
Oh,
this.
look at that little boy.
Yeah, watch this. Watch this.
Get it, boy. Get it.
Fucking turbo
Bro.
mode.
Dude, that's the funniest thing
Oh, my
ever.
dog
I
did
can't get
that.
enough of it.
Good God, he was hungry, I guess, right?
Like, seriously,
I'm sure. Hey, I'm sure he wound up with some metal chips in his teeth.
dude, that thing just went. It's just I can't get enough of it. It's like
don't
the
think my
tag
law-
for that was me
Hey.
consuming football content.
I don't think my lawnmower eats grass that fast.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Oh.
hilarious. Oh,
It's the greatest, man. I love it.
Jesus God.
Yeah, I can't get enough of that meme, man. I've been just like watching how people are putting in, consuming content and anyways. Chusky.
Chusky.
What else going on?
So let's
More
go.
like
Let's
Chusky.
get to the cheetah.
Who?
The cheetah.
I cheetah all the time. You guys don't get that reference, do
We
you?
don't need to be talking about Jose Altuve and the Houston Astros.
That's not who I'm talking about.
Oh, you said
you get
cheetah.
that?
Yeah,
I cheetah all the time.
Miami. Hello, Tyreek Hill.
Oh,
Hello.
you mean the guy that went to? Okay.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill.
Well, they do have a better zoo in Miami than they do in Kansas City. So.
He talked about he was trash talking the Buffalo secondary.
Like, okay, like great.
Because he says he goes, I burned them when I was in Kansas City. They suck then. They suck now.
Right.
I'm glad I'm going to play them twice a year so I can show how bad they really are.
Right. Yep. Sure. Yeah, Tre'Davious White wasn't playing the time that he was talking all that smack. So when your safeties have to cover for the guy who's now in Pittsburgh, the corner, Levi Wallace.
Wasn't White there the previous year?
What's that?
Wasn't White there the previous year?
I don't think he was playing that game. I think the last two times that Tyreek has played Buffalo, I could be wrong. I don't think he was in the lineup. I know definitely the last one he wasn't, but I mean,
hey Ken, you want to check on that?
Yeah.
Look that up for us, Ken.
Where's the sports Wikipedia? Yeah, I don't know, but it's like whatever, dude. He's talking smack, and I get it. He's trying to get.
Well, he's got to.
That's all they got. They got this prayer and a hope, man. It's fine.
He's got to talk smack so that the attention comes off his noodle arm quarterback.
Exactly.
Well,
it's
and
all
then
part of the plan.
again, he's touting the fact that in training camp, Tua threw a 61-yard bomb to him and was right on target. Sure, in training camp.
When nobody's guarding you.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill. I've ended their last two seasons. They ain't shit. Quote.
Right. Okay. Yeah. This guy's like. Guy is such a he. When you have Patrick Mahomes throwing you the ball is one thing. Now you have
you have Travis Kelce creating a distraction.
Travis Kelce, yeah, and you take your pick. It's like these people like just need to relax. Like just calm the hell down.
Yeah, because Miami doesn't have the type. They don't have a Travis Kelce. First of all, they definitely ain't got a Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Waddle. Like, okay, so you double team Tyreek, Waddle gets open. Okay,
well, who's their tight end? Who's their tight end?
Gesicki.
Yeah,
Gesicki's their tight end.
He is no fucking Travis Kelce.
No, he's not. He's yeah. It's fine. It's off season. Oh. It's to get the hype up. Whatever.
He threw a 61-yard bomb in training camp or practice or whatever. How consistently can he throw that kind of pass is the question.
Yeah. People are losing their mind. Like Lamar Jackson threw one today. It's like it's practice. Who cares?
Nobody's
do it in
the
game.
Nobody's going all out.
It's not game situation. Come on, give me a break.
Yeah.
No,
it's completely different. Yeah, it's
what I mean. How's Tua gonna react when he's got the Bills' defensive line, coming in on him as like a freight train? I mean, come on.
Yeah. You got Ed Oliver, Greg Rousseau, and they added Von Miller.
Right.
Don't worry, you guys are fine, Miami.
Right.
You guys are no worries. It's like people think that like Buffalo like took a step back or something. No, they didn't. They actually added pieces this offseason. Oh, look at all the moves Miami did. We added Von Miller, man. Like,
you
relax
can say freaking
yourself.
John. I know you wanted to say Von freaking Miller.
My kid's right here. I don't want to. Yes, Janelle. Go Jays.
Go Jays.
Too much because the Jets actually improved themselves as a team.
Yeah, and see how they're not popping their lip?
No.
You notice that? Even the Patriots, you know how much I love they're not popping their lip either.
That's because they're going to finish last in the division.
Well, there was someone else that said that Buffalo was going to finish third.
Yeah, Ken with the Allen Iverson quote.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Ken with the Allen Iverson quote.
This was some of the Miami media. Miami's going to win the East. Patriots second, Bills third. That's literally the takes that are coming
Patriots ain't going to be no damn second.
Forget that. Buffalo third. That's what they said.
Is
Never
this the
mind.
Buffalo
Miami-
third in the
Oh,
division.
In the division.
Fuck
That's what Miami media is spouting right now.
Jesus
That's
God.
yeah, but you see, that's just it. That's what Miami media is spouting, but they ain't got that kind of. They ain't got that
See,
kind of.
they
juice.
do that because they know it's clickbait, and they know that Bill's Mafia will just run them out of town. That's what they do. They just do it to cause controversy because they know
Right.
Bill's Mafia will stick up for their team. I don't partake in it. I just think it's stupidity. I mean, it's literally in the past 6 games we're 5-1 against you.
I see Ryan Kerrigan retired from the Washington Commanders.
Yes.
The Washington, we don't have a name, but we'll call ourselves the Commanders. It should have been the football team. I think just keep them the football team.
For that name, they should have kept football team.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, Daniel Snyder did testify for 11 hours in front of Congress this week about his franchise. So we'll see how that goes, how that pans out too.
that dude's a fucking douche.
You got that
Hey,
right, Benny.
Thank you, Ken.
how about the retirement of Chris Carson?
Well, that was expected. Like
The
he was
running back
hurt
of
a
Seattle.
lot.
Yeah, his neck injury. He's
Yeah.
been injured with that neck. Good running back too. I mean, it's a damn shame that his career had to come to an end like that.
Reuben Foster is trying out with the Seahawks. He's been out of the league for a couple of years because of his injuries issues. But Reuben Foster is looking to make a comeback. With
49ers released D Ford.
Were you surprised by that, Elliot?
Not really.
I mean, he's injury prone too, right?
Ford's been on a decline for 2 or 3 years now. I mean, he was injured last year. And they got they got a lot of young horses on defense.
Yep.
Defense is not the 49ers issue. Okay. It all is going to center around what Trey Lance can do with that offense. And he's got to be sitting a little bit more comfortable today knowing that Deebo Samuel is going to be there. He's also got what I consider top 3 tight end in the league, if not the top tight end in the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And their running game, a Shanahan running game is always productive. So
He just can't coach in the fourth quarter.
No, he just can't coach in the fourth quarter of big games. So, if we get anywhere close to a big game or whatever, just send him to the locker room or something.
So the leading quarterback in Pittsburgh is Mitchell Trubisky. John,
he's going to be the starter.
Right now he has the starting position. He's done all the first team reps in during training camp. Mitchell Trubisky, former backup in Buffalo. John's favorite backup.
What's wrong with that? Let him shine, man. Let him do his thing. No Trubisky slander allowed. The only time you can slander ex-Bills is when they go play with the Patriots.
When he was with Chicago, Trubisky was very acceptable.
Yeah.
Now we can't go down there.
I'm sorry.
Hall of Fame game this week?
Thursday.
Jacksonville
and Las Vegas
versus Las Vegas. Of course, there's not going to be anybody playing that we care about.
Yeah, they play the first set and that's it, right? Like
the first set of downs and that's it.
Yes.
What's that?
Yes.
But hey, you know what?
It's Hall of Fame on Saturday or Sunday.
Look, it's on Thursday. Oh, the Sundays usually.
Okay.
But the Hall of Fame is the equivalent of the ball in Times Square on New Year's Eve.
Right.
Once that thing lights up, it's go time.
Yes, it is.
And once the Hall of Fame game starts, it's go time. That means the season is about a month away. So, anybody looking forward to football?
Yes,
very
sir.
Much so. Very much so.
That's
very much.
got to be a dumb question if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see Janelle posted about the
Blue Jays.
10 wins out of their last 12 games.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
They have the number one. They have the number one seed for the wild card. I think they're gonna lock that up if they keep playing the way they are. Hey, guess what? Boston is in the basement behind Baltimore in the
It's a
East.
beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Oh my God. I'm telling you what.
I mean, the comedy of errors that is the Boston Red Sox at this point. Sorry, Ken, but it's the truth.
Well, I think it's karma actually because they brought back Cora
Really?
and his cheating ass.
Ooh.
Well, they got rid of him because of the whole cheating scandal, right?
Right.
And then they brought him back. You didn't see nobody bring back Carlos Beltran to manage a team. You didn't see nobody bring back a couple of other guys that were involved in that shit. But the Red Sox decided that they want to be the douchebags that they are.
Ken's.
And yeah, you're going to sleep your way to last place this season. You got that right, Ken.
Heads, congratulations to Mr. Aaron Judge hitting his 200th home run this week.
Not just that, but he also broke a 94-year standing record by Babe Ruth when he hit his 42nd home run. It is the most home runs
Before the end of July.
Before August 1st.
Right.
He's on a pace to hit 68 right now. And I'm sorry, but, I don't usually throw this out there, and I try not to speak about the Yankees because I let them speak for me. Aaron Judge, the best player in baseball. Sorry.
Does his defense equal his offense?
Yes. He plays center field, right field. You know what I'm saying? He did you see the home run he robbed the other day playing right field?
No, I didn't see
against Kansas City.
No.
Yeah. Not only did he rob a home run, but he turns around and hits a 2-run homer in the third inning and then a grand slam in the eighth.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The guy's all world. Right now, I don't think anybody can touch him. And he's going to have basically a Hall of Fame career just this 1 year.
Let me ask you guys something. I don't know if you've got opinions or not.
Oh, we always have opinions.
Juan Soto.
What about him?
Where do you
I think somebody's going to overspend for him?
Where do you think he likely goes?
Toronto. Sure.
Toronto ain't got the capital to get Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Why don't we have the capital?
You guys don't have enough in the farm system for them to give up Juan Soto. They want prospects more than anything, and a couple of established players.
We got like one of the hottest
Juan
prospects.
Soto right now, the favorite. Yes, Ken put it right up there. Right before I said it, San Diego is the favorite because they have 3 prospects that would fit nicely for Washington. If he goes to San Diego, that changes the whole dynamic of the NL West because with Machado and them guys down there, you add Soto.
Yeah, I'm with Ken. I like San Diego to get him up. I mean, the other teams that are likely are St. Louis and the Dodgers as well. Those are also in top.
I don't think the Dodgers are going to give up much for him because they're already a solid team as it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? San Francisco might because they're falling behind and they probably want to prevent San Diego from getting them. Who else you say? St. Louis?
Yes.
Yeah. Where is St. Louis at this point? They're battling Milwaukee for a first round elimination.
Milwaukee.
You know what I'm saying?
Milwaukee.
The Mets and Yankees were thrown into that mix. I personally didn't want the Yankees giving up the farm for Juan Soto.
Right.
If the Mets want to do that, that's more than great for them.
Yeah, Milwaukee currently has a 3-game lead on the Cardinals.
Look,
in the division.
My priority and the priority that should be for the Yankees is locking up Aaron Judge at the end of the season.
Well, and you know what? The way he's playing, he's going to get that max contract at the end of the season.
Well, yeah. But you see, here's the thing. You got to remember, it's no longer George running the Yankees.
Right.
It's Hal.
Yeah.
And Hal is a money-grubbing little piece of shit, okay, that would prefer to line his pockets than the pockets of his players and potential players that could come and help the team. You know, George Steinbrenner his checkbook was open and blank checks were waiting to be written every single season, no
Yes.
matter who it was, no matter what the cost.
Right.
Okay, that is not the philosophy nor the approach that Hal Steinbrenner takes. And unfortunately, like I said, I firmly believe that at some point those guys need to sell the team to somebody who's going to actually be passionate.
Who's going to fork out $5 million for the Yankees, dude? Seriously.
I'm telling you what,
that's going to be the price tag.
With all the, but with all the assets that they have, you make your money back in no time.
I mean, that's freaking. That's freaking Donald Trump, freaking Jeff Bezos money. You're talking $5 billion.
You know what? Don't bullshit nobody. Donald Trump ain't got that kind of money.
I know. I'm just
okay.
as an analogy. I'm sorry, as an analogy.
Yeah, no, he ain't. I get it, but here's the thing: you get a group together. I mean, come on.
Right.
You got guys out there. Yeah, it's $5 billion with a B. But they're worth every penny. If you just get, a group of 4 or 5 that could fork out $1 billion, that's a lot of. Come on. You know what I'm saying? And investors and stuff like that, I get that. But the bottom line is that at some point, the ownership. Look, if they first of all, why they fucking rehired Aaron Boone is beyond me. All right?
I know you're not a Aaron Boone fan.
No,
I know
fuck
that.
Aaron Boone.
No.
Fuck Aaron bleeping Boone.
Despite the fact the Yankees had the best record in the
has nothing to do with Aaron Boone. It has to do with the other Aaron, the judge. Okay, and the rest of the play. Come on, Matt Carpenter. They went ahead and got Benintendi. Ken, former Red Sox. Cashman is still serious about doing the right thing, but I always got to question what they did with Boone. I don't know. If they win the World, say, "Oh, Boone is the greatest manager of all time."
No, Joe Torre. Who is the greatest Yankee manager of all time? Is it Joe Torre? Is it? I mean, come on.
Japan can't afford us. Come on now. And besides, the Mega Million, that's only $1 billion. You're about 4 short.
Yeah, about 4 short.
So, no, I mean, again, the Yankees are doing big things. I still believe that they're true owners of the Houston Astros at this point. I'll be the first one to say that. I believe it. Until they prove otherwise, I fear the Houston Astros come playoff time. If we don't get home field advantage, this whole season could be for nothing.
Payments.
This ain't layaway, Ken.
I know, right? Yeah.
This ain't freaking Kmart, dude. There ain't no blue light specials going on around here. All right, so, but hey, kudos to Toronto, man, because they have really made themselves a serious contender with what they've done lately.
But they're 11.5 games out of first place.
Yeah, but they're the number 1 seed in the wild card. And that in itself, they're going to have home field advantage in at least one round of the playoffs. As a wild card, you don't get more than one, but if you can get to the next round and you're playing 4 out of 7, anything can happen, especially if they're playing the way they are down the stretch.
And I'll tell you what, the team that needs a lot of kudos right now are the Mariners.
No, because they're owned by the Astros too.
Well, what, Mariners? Yeah.
They just lost 6 in a row to the Astros.
Yeah, that's true. But right now they're second in the wild card, so they put themselves up in the
I understand that.
Yeah,
I understand that, but they're not gonna get a home field game, or they might if they finish second. I don't know how that's gonna work. I think one of the division winners plays the worst wild card.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works either.
So yeah, if you finish second in the wild card, chances are you're going to be traveling to the team that finishes first. because the third wild card is going to wind up having to play the
Number one
team,
team?
the division, the weakest division team, which would probably be the Central, either Minnesota or Cleveland, which is
Well,
basically
Cleveland's actually a game and a half out of the wild card right now, so it won't be Cleveland.
no, but they're within striking distance of the division.
They are correct. Yes, they are correct. Yes.
Okay, one of those two teams is going to win
Yeah,
that
I mean,
division.
you're looking at Minnesota as. I mean, right now Minnesota has the worst record as far as the division leaders.
Division play, right? And the Astros and Yankees are not going to finish anything worse than first or second.
No, they're not.
So right now it's a lock that the Central Division is going to play the wild card record, team with the worst wild card record, and then the
Indians are only a game out of first place in the division. So I mean, the Guardians.
The Guardians can't be playing for a wild card because there's just too many horses ahead of them.
Correct.
I think that they're better off winning the division because as winning the division goes, they'll have a home field game for the playoffs.
Yeah.
You see, and that's key. If you finish third or second in the wild card, you're going on the road.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, again, I don't think playing for the wild card is Cleveland's best bet, nor Minnesota's. They need to fight it out for that division. You know, in the West, like I said, Seattle was making some noise. 14-game winning streak, and I said it, I think, beforehand. I said the worst thing that could happen to Seattle Mariners with their 14-game winning streak was what? The All-Star break.
Right.
Because that momentum gets studded, you know. And then right off the bat, they had to play Houston. And they got humbled. 3 straight losses.
Yeah, they're 4-6 in the last 10 right now. So I mean, and most of those losses are the Astros.
Those losses pretty much are to the Astros.
Yeah, they had a couple of series or one series that they got beat really pretty badly by Houston in that series.
Shit, they were up yesterday. Houston was up on them 11-1 yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened today, but Houston had already beaten them 5 in a row out the gate. And now Houston's locking that position in.
Houston beat Seattle today 3-2.
Yeah, so you see, that's 6 in a row.
Yeah.
2 3-game sweeps.
Yeah, I think they won. I think Seattle won the game day before, so they lost today.
Okay.
They won yesterday. They won the game yesterday.
You know what? The Yankees should be 0-7 against Houston this year. The only 2 games they won.
Well, Houston's always had the Yankees number too, so I mean
they never had. Well, and it's not right now. We can't write it off as cheating because of all the electronic stuff and this, that, or the other. You know what I'm saying? The bottom line is that when we play Houston, we can't get big hits in big moments against that pitching staff. And Verlander's always had our number, so he's going to be the tough one. You know, if we have to face them in the playoffs, I would imagine they'd line them up to pitch against us in at least game 1 and maybe game 4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they want to just end it. And I mean, come on, we got no hit by them. It took like 800 pitchers to do it, but yeah, you know, it's just something about it, you know, something about that matchup that doesn't bode well for the Yankees. I mean, we'll see what happens. Things can change down the road, but they worry me. Now in the National League, you know, you got to battle with Atlanta and the Mets.
Yep.
For that division. In the Central, kind of the same thing. Milwaukee and St. Louis are playing to see who gets bounced first. And then in the West, all of a sudden it becomes pretty much a 3-team race if San Diego gets Soto with San Francisco and the Dodgers. Well, the Dodgers kind of put a little distance between them. And have you been watching the Toronto game?
They're 12 games against I mean, San Diego is 12 games out of the first place, and that's the second place team.
I understand that, but they can start positioning themselves for a better position in the wild card.
Right.
You know, the chances are they're not going to win the division. Okay. But If you get to that top wild card spot, you're going to get a home field game.
Yeah, well, the Yankees no longer have the best record in baseball. It's the Dodgers have the best record in baseball right now.
Yeah, well, again, I mean, take for example today that they blew that freaking game against Kansas City. After they came back, they had it 6-4. Then the bullpen fell apart.
Yeah,
which they've been doing a lot lately. Right now the Yankees pitching that was so consistent up until just about a month ago is starting to falter a bit. And that's why I believe that before the deadline, I don't think they need any more offensive players or position players. They need pitching. They need somebody, a setup guy or somebody in the bullpen, because Chapman is done. Aroldis Chapman is history. Okay, that guy is done. But they also need a starter in that rotation. I mean, Severino's questionable. I don't think Herman is ready yet. He hasn't been back long enough. There's a difference between pitching against minor leaguers and major leaguers, and that showed in his first game back. And Cole has been erratic lately as well, along with Tyone.
Yep.
So all the stuff that they were doing up until about a month ago is starting to show cracks, and they need to regroup and get it together.
Yep.
Joey Gallo is the first thing they need to get rid of. Okay.
Yeah.
And I hear there's a couple teams that are interested. Why? I don't know, but fine, take them. Seattle just signed Luis Castillo.
Yeah.
Well, that bolsters their pitching staff for sure. The Yankees weren't going to be able to sign him because of the hair thing. He wasn't going to want to do away with his braids and stuff. And but hey, it's Seattle, and like I said, they look good for the wild card, but beyond that, if they have to play Houston, they're going to get swept.
Yep. All right, let's switch gears back to football. Earlier this week, Patrick Mahomes came out talking about the black quarterback.
Which one?
He said he wouldn't go so far as to say black quarterbacks are evaluated differently than their white counterparts, but he did say he found it interesting that only black quarterbacks are subject to certain types of criticism.
So he wasn't going to say one thing, but he said it in the next sentence.
Correct. He said, obviously the black.
That's what happens when you hang out with TikTokers,
right.
man.
Obviously the black. He says, obviously the black quarterback has had to battle to be in this position that we are, to have this many guys in the league playing. Every day we're proving that we should have been playing the whole time. We've got guys that can think just as well as they can use their athleticism. It's always weird when you see guys like me, Lamar, Kyler kind of get on them when other guys don't. But at the same time, we're going out there to prove ourselves every day to show we can be some of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Okay, Kermit, I get you. I get your point, but
does
John?
Patrick Mahomes get criticism?
No,
ever.
I haven't heard it.
Neither have I, and I don't know.
You would think he'd get criticism because his wife is a white girl. You know what I'm saying? You would think.
No, I don't know.
His brother's a fucking.
Yeah, you're talking to a guy in a mixed marriage, John.
I understand. No, I understand that. I get that part. I'm just saying.
That stuff. Me and my
dude.
wife sit back and laugh at it all. To be honest with you, because it's very odd.
Some people out there are still that way.
I know.
But
like, I think this is the thing. Patrick Mahomes is if he's not the best quarterback in the league, he's number 2 or 3, right? I mean,
definitely top 5, yes.
Top 5. I mean, you'll say Tom Brady, but Tom Brady's it's not that he's declining, but
correct,
it's just like
he is right.
He is.
It's like Patrick, Josh, Aaron, Tom. It's kind of those 4. You could find arguments for all of them, right?
Correct.
I've never heard Patrick Mahomes be critiqued for any of his play ever. Like, I've never even heard it. I've never heard
his blackness.
What's that?
This is what his blackness. I've never heard anybody make racial undertones or comments about Patrick Mahomes.
And now look at the so one of the guys you mentioned, Kyler. Kyler's issue, in my opinion, is twofold. One, he's this big.
Right.
Second of all, he kind of chokes when it matters. He hasn't really proven it in big situations.
The vertically challenged, you just insulted the vertically challenged
Right.
community.
All vertically challenged.
All Lamar Jackson slander should be thrown out the door because he doesn't deserve he's nothing but just won the MVP and like he's amazing. I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. I think he's great.
Yeah.
Oh, he can't throw the ball. Yeah, bull. He has never had receivers. He had Sammy Watkins and Marquise and Hollywood Brown last year. And where's Hollywood now? In Arizona. Who does he got now? That Rashad kid, right? Bateman? That's it? That and Mark Andrews. So thank goodness he's got a tight end. But I mean, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, because Sammy Watkins went to Green Bay. Sammy's
already hurt too. Like he hasn't even played week 1 for his week 1 stellar game. Right? I mean, so the only guy that like the Kyler thing, it's gotten like maybe I'm in a Canadian bubble and I don't pay attention to this stuff, but the two things is what I mentioned. He's a smaller dude, so we can't see over the defensive line. So that kind of affects his
Drew Brees.
Neither could Drew Brees.
Drew Brees,
right? But Drew Brees, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm just listening. I've made this
observation.
There've been other small guys like Kyler Murray.
I've made this observation about Drew Brees. Yeah, he's retired, but still, in his career, Drew Brees would throw the football from his tippy toes every single time.
He had to tippy toes so he could see over the line.
He'd be throwing his balls from his tiptoes. He'd have to put his toes up in order to make sure that ball got over the offensive or the defensive line, and that's the way he played. But he was successful doing it. He won a Super Bowl doing it.
And what Ken said is brilliant too. This is the thing. Like if you had a problem with it, why did you sign
the film study clause in his contract?
Why did you sign it if you had a problem with it? It's only a problem because everybody brought it up, and we're like,
and why did they rescind it after they already had him
got
signed?
all the press. It did, yes.
Because it got all the press, and then it's like, oh, what are we paying this guy for? He doesn't even care about the game. It's very Josh Rosen-esque, right? Like, I don't care about the game, and I can just go play baseball whenever.
It's very Jamarcus Russell, if you ask me.
Pain.
Jamarcus Russell. He's owning that bust thing. Huh? Have you seen that? That's pretty funny.
Because what they do, they gave him a blank tape, and he said he studied defenses or something like that.
Yeah.
Jamarcus Russell did the same shit.
Yes.
You know.
So did Buddy in Draft Day. What was his name? What was that guy? Bo Callahan.
Bo Callahan didn't read the playbook because there was a $100 bill stuck to the back page.
$100 bill on the back.
And didn't talk about it. Yes.
Damn you, Bo Callahan. Dude. It's like Patrick Mahomes. Like maybe if it was Lamar Jackson saying it, it's like okay, like he gets the raw deal all the time. Like people always question, he can't throw. He's just a glorified running back. Like he gets that slander all the time.
Who, Lamar?
Yes, Lamar gets it all the time because
I don't think he's a glorified running back. I just think that because they could have said the same thing about Michael Vick. You know what I'm saying?
Michael Vick had a cannon.
Michael Vick had accuracy. The dude could throw the fucking football, dude.
No, I understand that. Michael
Vick was
Lamar, like you said, Lamar Jackson can be accurate.
Michael Vick was a living, breathing video game. You're right.
Who's he got running? Who's he got running routes for him? That's the question. Lamar Jackson.
So that's then you had
just Mark Andrews. It's just Mark Andrews.
Right.
That's
it. Got a bunch of nobodies.
Well, and you had Greg. I don't know if Greg Roman's still the OC.
Half the time he's got to run for his fucking life.
Yes,
because he can't find nobody.
Well, that's a Greg Roman thing because Greg Roman is heavy run and barely any passing. That's why we wanted to run him out of town in Buffalo because that was his notorious MO. That's why we had such a great running game. We had Shady and a bunch of guys and Carlos Williams. Like we were top 2 or 3 in the league for rushing.
Lamar is not the only quarterback of his type of play that has existed in the NFL prior to him, and there will be more. You know what I'm saying? That are going to get accused of being running, but that's the dynamic of the game now.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the dynamic.
Quarterback is what the game is right
A
now.
lot of quarterbacks now are run first.
Yes.
Run if you don't see anybody open immediately.
Even Josh Allen is that way too, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Josh is a freight train, right?
But
I mean,
right, and Josh can run because if I was a defensive back, I'd be afraid to tackle Josh Allen.
oh, he's done it a few times. He's done it a few times.
He is.
Yeah, he's.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't want him to run all the time,
but you got to be smart too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Tom Brady ain't no fleet of foot kind of guy, but he put in a few runs in his day. He was just smart enough to know how to do it.
Yeah, it looks like a stumbling child.
Well, that was Peyton Manning, dude. Peyton Manning would look like he was learning how to walk.
Tom Brady runs like Bernie Kosar used to. Okay, I'm just saying. Lamar Jackson. Ken says Lamar Jackson.
Craig Morton.
Ken says Lamar Jackson equals Randall Cunningham.
I'll buy that. I'll buy that. And Randall Cunningham was good.
Yeah.
But then again, he had Harold Carmichael, and he had some studs on that Philadelphia team. Again, Lamar's only missing having.
I mean, he's got nobodies in his wide receiver board. That's the problem. He doesn't have any.
Mark Andrews. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. If he had Mark Andrews, who, by the way, is probably top 3 also in the tight end department. All right. If they had a Tyreek Hill to distract, okay, and to bust open these short passes in the 80-yard touchdowns and burn the defense, then Lamar Jackson would be considered elite at this point. They wouldn't be talking bullshit about him. The problem with Lamar Jackson is that he's had great regular seasons and he's fizzled when the playoffs come around.
Well, and that not only that, but the franchise has been focused on defense for the majority of it too. They're focused on their defense.
But that's Baltimore. How'd they win their Super Bowl?
Defense.
Ray Lewis. Yeah. Ed Reed.
Both of them were won by defense. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I personally.
Most Super Bowls won. Defense.
Defense wins championships, guys. I mean, that's the old adage, right?
That's how the Rams won last year.
I mean, look at what Tampa did to Kansas City when everybody thought Kansas City was going to take them in that Super Bowl. Tampa turned that defense on them and just lit them up. You know what I'm saying? San Francisco, they got a great defense. They can light people up. The Rams, I mean, they won their defense was what won it for the Rams. And a couple of lucky plays here and there. But, hey, you know what? You can't win championships if you don't have some kind of luck going on.
Correct. Yeah.
So
let's wrap the show up this week because we're going to do an hour tonight, guys. We're going to wrap it up for an hour.
We still got 6 minutes. Yeah.
Yep. I want to wrap it up with the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2022. We haven't talked much about this, but these are the guys that are going to be enshrined into the Hall of Fame next week on Sunday. Tony Baselli.
Why didn't we do that right after the obituaries at the beginning of the show?
Tony Baselli, tackle, played with most of his career with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
Cliff Branch, much deserved.
Well, about time.
Wide receiver for the Oakland LA Raiders.
Yeah, back in the 70s and 80s.
72 to 85, actually, yes. Yeah, it's about damn time. Leroy Butler. For the Green Bay Packers, safety.
Yeah. Leroy was good.
Art McNally was an NFL official for 9 years, field judge, referee, and he was hired as NFL supervisor of officials. Sam Mills, linebacker with New Orleans and Carolina.
Yeah, Sam Mills that dude was vicious. Yeah.
Richard Seymour, defensive end,
tackle
with the Patriots, definitely. Raiders. Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm sorry.
And he was a Raider also. So
yes, he was a Raider also.
A little slack.
Dick Vermeil, head coach of the Eagles and the Rams.
Without question, man. What he did with that Super Bowl team against the Patriots in 2001, was it? 2000,
Was he
2000.
the coach? Was he
No,
the
they
coach
beat
of
the
the of
Titans.
St. Louis when the greatest show on
St.
turf?
Louis beat the Titans.
Yeah.
They didn't beat the Patriots. The Patriots.
Yeah, he
actually
was
beat
the
the
head
Titans.
coach, right?
Yeah, he was the head coach.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Vermeil, dude. That dude is money.
Um,
He was money in Philly too. They couldn't beat Dallas.
Well, they beat Dallas to get to the Super Bowl, but they couldn't beat Oakland in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying they just couldn't win the big one.
And finally, Bryant Young, defensive tackle, defensive end for the San Francisco
49ers. Bryant Young. Yeah, that dude was a monster.
You know Dick Vermeil's going to cry. You know he's going to cry when he does this speech.
Oh, absolutely, dude. He's going to cry throughout his whole acceptance speech.
Yes.
I wonder if Kurt Warner is going to introduce him.
I don't know. I'm only going by. I mean, I'm on the Hall of Fame site, and they're not telling me who's gonna introduce him. They don't know. I don't know that yet.
Because they were a big thing on that American Underdog movie. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. They put a lot of emphasis on the relationship between Vermeil and Kurt Warner. So I'm wondering because, hey, Warner won him that Super Bowl.
I mean, Kurt Warner came out of nowhere, guys, and
he's in the Hall of Fame.
And he's a Hall of Famer.
Have you seen the movie?
No.
Then watch it, so you'll see why.
Is it good?
Oh, it's phenomenal, dude.
I mean, Warner promoted the hell out of that thing on NFL.
It's phenomenal, dude. Watch it. It'll give you perspective on what he went through and how he got to where he got to. It'll give you an insight as to the things he had to deal with in order to get there. He was bagging groceries at the time that they came and got him.
Yeah.
And he played in the freaking arena football. Dennis Quaid. Exactly. And he did a good job too as Vermeil. I recommend.
And the actor that plays Shazam played Kurt Warner. If you guys have seen Shazam, he played Kurt Warner. Yeah.
And I mean it's definitely a movie that you need to see. And another thing, the relationship between him and his wife, that in itself was
well. And you know what, John, to his credit, God put a lot of impact in his life.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Once he turned to God, his whole life changed.
Correct.
So I recommend.
It's amazing how that happens.
I recommend anybody watch it.
Maybe all that stuff is real.
It is a great movie, and
I'm still not doing a Bible study with John. Sorry, not going to happen.
Anybody out there live or watching a replay or whatever, watch American Underdog.
All right, we're going to call it a night, guys.
My Bible. We're calling it a night. Okay. I understand you, heathen.
No, yes, I will always. I'm going to burn in hell.
Big shout out to Hive that's pumping right now, 77 cents. So you go.
I
Hive.
saw that. Nice.
Go pump, man. Go pump, Hive. Go do your thing, buddy.
Yep. We're going to call it a night. Thanks again to my co-host, Mr. Elliot Big E Lamba and John G. Olson for being here as usual. Ken, stop being stubborn. Reach out. Let us help you.
Get your ass on the phone, and if your phone still works, and talk to technical support or Metro to figure out if it's your phone that's the freaking problem.
If not, we'll get you. We'll figure out a way to get you some internet in the house so you can partake.
Don't make me come to Texas. No,
yeah, exactly. We want you on the show. Anyway, we're going to call it a night. On behalf of my co-host, I am the Sports Nerd. We are here each and every Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. With that, Elliot, play the outro, and we are out.
Nation, another Sunday episode of the Sports Nerd Show in the books, and we're actually still alive to tell about it. Now, on behalf of our host, Scott, the Sports Nerd, right? John Olson, Ken Koslow, two of our lower members in the Brand Pack, and yes, me, Big E, the entire pack would once again like to thank you all for participating with us in the best 90 minutes of sports smack talk.
Night 60.
So until next Sunday night, dear nation, we want to leave you with a quick PSA. Please stay safe. Please practice social distancing. And for heaven's sake, please wear a blessed mask. You all just got hit with a pack rant from the Rank Pack. And with that, fellas, we are out.